We'll just start off on the highlights. The driving track. The driving area is for public safety, for law enforcement, for driving there. Each officer has to requal and training every few years, so it provides a place where they can do the refresher training, including the initial training they get. Allows fire to also practice anything that has to do with vehicles and maneuvering, as well as training in a comprehensive way. It provides an area where fire and police can work together and practice these response scenarios in unison. There is one in Spring Mountain, just north, I think it's northwest of Las Vegas, that operates very successfully in a small desert community called Pahrump. They've actually started out as a track and have now added more law enforcement component training, including an indoor range to that facility. So that's kind of how we added a component, just to explain why we added that car club component to the facility. It just helps drive revenue, create jobs for the excess time when the law enforcement and public safety agencies are using the track.
I thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Laurel Ware. I live in Ocotillo. My husband and I have been residents for 27 years. In our community area plan, I read of the importance Imperial County Planning Building Department places on the conservation and preservation of our aquifers and to protect the existing rural character of the area. We are now under consideration for cumulative projects that may be of cross-purpose and extreme detriment to this plan. I will briefly read a note from one of my fellow Ocotillians, Donna Austin in No Mirage area. To whom it may concern, my well has gone dry in this last month. This was written in July. I now have to truck my water in. The cost of digging a deeper well is over $10,000, not to mention getting permission or a permit and permission from the environmentalists plus their cost. It is my further concern that my neighbors may have this problem, since their water table has decreased significantly. With your requests of such great amounts to be drawn from our aquifers, I fear this will happen to many of my No Mirage residents.
I'm Jim McGinley. I'm the Chief of Police of El Centro. I have thoroughly reviewed the Wind Zero project, and it would be of absolute assistance to us from the El Centro Police Department to have the training facilities in the future, and all of the things that have already been outlined, including the list of support from the local Chiefs of Police Association. So with that, I 100% support Wind Zero being approved. Thank you.
Where do you send your people now for training?
The majority of the people that I have for basic training, I have to send them to Riverside, and I have to pay for them to stay up there because they can't commute back and forth, so it's extremely expensive for basic training. And for driving EVOC, I have to send them to San Diego, San Bernardino, or Riverside, depending on availability.
And you can foresee this facility providing all that you need as far as training?
Yes, and I also see that in the future, with the connection with IVC and the post Peace Officer Standards and Training in Sacramento, actually becoming a very viable resource for all law enforcement in San Diego County and Imperial County for ongoing officer training and